Good evening, YouTube. You guys are now watching another segment of the TheCaliEffect. Today, we're going to be playing the last segment of Spellbooks before the deck profile is revealed, and I thought I'd give you guys an interesting treat. Now, normally I would save these type of games for meta-like duels, but this guy, I got to give it to him. Hat off to Iron Queen or girl. I'm just going to consider it's a girl. Hat off to Iron Queen for playing such an interesting deck. She was playing Gishkis, as you guys could have seen by the title. So let's definitely go down into it. I'm going to summon Little Boy. Is there any response? None? Little Boy is going to give me Tower. I'm pretty much stacked for just anything else, so I can just start adding the cards, which I will eventually get anyways. Secrets? Response? Alright, cool. Secrets is probably going to give me Fate. Yep. Like I said, pretty much stacked right here. Masters, copy, Fate, and then I'm gonna get Life, no Eternity. The one that adds the banish cards. Yeah, I'm gonna get Eternity. That's what it's called. Next, I'm gonna hit for 500 damage. Why? Because I'm a fucking TheCaliEffect. My monster. I do not value the importance of my monster. And waiting for Tragodia. Alright, this man is just full. This woman is full of strong. I respect that it does say Queen at the end. I'll activate Tower, set a back row. Then I'll set Spellbook of Fate, and that's really going to end my turn. Going back to you, Iron Queen. Blind Space. No to the Decree. The Decree, though. Decree. I hate World Decree. I mean, it essentially basically says, hey, you can't use traps. But, I mean, on the bright side of Decree, it lets me know that my opponent isn't playing traps either. So as soon as I see World Decree, I'm like, oh my god, this is a walk in the breeze. You don't play traps? That means I can do whatever I want. You can't stop me. Now these Gishki monsters are extremely interesting. Has the TheCaliEffect played them? Fuck no. Will the TheCaliEffect play them? They look interesting enough. If I got everything DT, I probably would play them. They're based off of ritual summoning, if you guys didn't. And right there is their big monster, Zilgigas. Once he hits the field and if he starts gaining his effects, everything does become a genuine problem. He's going to activate Mound of the Bound Creator, which I feel is like a really good card as well. And he's just going to go ahead and with that ritual summoning, get rid of Tragodia, special summoning a 3200 beater to the side of the field that if he does draw a Gishki monster, he gets to return one of my cards to the deck. So I'm just going to say no. 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 Flip that card face down. Activate that Dark Hole later. But that's not going to happen. Not in the beginning of the game. Excuse me, I ain't ready to die. Keep in mind, Zilgigas is like a Spellbook of Fate. You pay for cost 1,000, and then you draw, and then you select your target. Or select the card you want to put back to the deck. So there's no response time other than to pay 1,000 to draw. I mean, so kind of broken right there. It does have no ass, like 0 defense, so I'm pretty fine with that. We're going to go ahead and normal summon Justice. I'm going to activate Eternity. Eternity is going to give me... Sure. I guess. I mean, I could get Masters, but I'll just go ahead and get Secrets. It doesn't really matter right now. Like I said, I drew pretty stacked, so that's fine. I'm going to activate the effects of Spellbook Secrets. Secrets is going to add me Masters. And yeah, now I'm going to activate Masters. Masters reveal Secrets. Masters is going to give me Secrets. And, you know, I think, Masters is going to copy Secrets. And I think we're going to get Fate again. Why? Why are we getting Fate? Well, why not get Fate? I'm going to use that card. That monster. I'm going to use that monster to run over Zilgigas. Then we're going to set the Reckless Greed, and it's going to be back to you. I feel like I'm in a really good position right now. Like I said, the Spellbook Prophecy deck is just... It got too much swag, man. I got that Field Spell on deck, and the only time I will lose is to another deck with swag. Points out there. I am so glad that Konami made that rule where you guys both can have Field Spell cards, because there was a couple of games I was playing on Devpro and in real life where I would be playing against a player and they activate a field spell card, and my field spell card is pretty important to the damn deck, so yeah. I would have probably, I don't want to say I necessarily would have lost. I would have said I would have been in a not so great of a good position, just because he has the, he played his field spell card over mine, and, you know, mine is kind of the probably second most important Spellbook card in the deck. He's going to go ahead and attack for me with 800, which is perfectly fine. I don't see anything. He does have Royal Decree on the field, and I'm not necessarily worried about it, but I can't use traps, and it does start to irritate me. So we're going to go ahead and use Spellbook Towers effect. We're going to go ahead and put Masters back to the top of my deck, or bottom of my deck, the most important card. And then we're going to reveal for High Priestess. I'm going to reveal 3 Spellbook spell cards, and while I don't know much about Gishkis, I know every fucking set monster that they have is that flip effect one that adds them whatever Gishki monster they want. So I'm going to go ahead and banish secrets to test my luck, and it just so happens to be her. Like, I do not know Gishki, but from the times that I played against it, I know that set card is always that 1800 defense bitch, and I'm getting sick and tired of ever seeing her face. So we're going to go secrets to Little Boy to Masters, or do I already have Masters? No. We're going to go Little Boy to what? Masters? Sure. And we're just going to Masters the power. I'm going to make this bitch as buff as possible. I'm a buff ass bitch. I mean, keep in mind I'm doing all this because not only am I making High Priestess of Prophecy 4500, I'm putting Spellbooks in the graveyard to activate Spellbook of Fate and be able to advance game state. The more Spellbooks I have in graveyard, the more utility Spellbook of Fate does have to get rid of the opponent's opposition. And Masters is really just one of those cards that is like a filler. Like, you like it? Excuse me. Masters is one of those cards that's just like a filler. You like to have it on the field or in the graveyard. You like to have that extra Spellbook just in case you need to go ahead and get rid of it with Fate. But that's not really necessarily always the case. Sometimes you want to save that Masters into the perfect time. I'm going to go ahead and set the bottomless trap hole because at any given time I can fake the Royal Decree and all my trap cards are back online. So, I mean, that's another thing to point out. And I really feel comfortable with this game. He only has 3 cards in hand. That's 1 Zilgigas. I can easily fake that one away if need be. And, you know, just continue to dominate the game. So he's going to go ahead and surrender. Not really much else to say. We're going to be getting to a new game, obviously. Let's see exactly what can be going on. I think there's a couple of aspects that I want to look at. First and foremost, when you sideboard against the deck so rogue, you don't necessarily have cards that are cited for this deck. So you pay attention to what the opponent was playing. I noticed that he was kind of graveyard reliant, so I'm pretty sure Dimensional Fissure comes in, and that I really didn't need certain cards in my deck, like Reckless Greed, to overpower this guy. I mean, he's already minusing. I just need to side in the cards to stop him from playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Excuse me, and I'll be perfectly fine. What I really need to account for also is what he's siding against me if I am the rogue deck, or I'm sorry, if I am the meta deck. So if somebody actually did side for Prophecies, Mind Crush, which he's gonna use, is one of those premier cards, and it just completely prevents me from playing High Priestess of Prophecy for the duration of this game because I just can't draw Spellbook. Good job by him. I think it was really, or her, I think it was really good sideboarding right there. That's eventually going to capture this game. And that's in essence what sideboarding is about, being able to disrupt your opponent while, you know, being able to further your combo. And Mind Crush does exactly just that against this deck. I'm going to go ahead and set Book of Moon and then pass the turn back to Iron Queen. Let's see what exactly she can do. We already know that face down monster is that Gishki bitch that I don't like, and that's exactly what I was preparing High Priestess for, is her. And it's not much else I can do. She's gonna activate Gishki Vision, add Zilgigas to her hand, and she's gonna flip the aerial bitch, and she's gonna add the other one. So now I know she has the Gishki thing going on, and she's just gonna be able to drop a shit ton of monsters on me, and I'm like, there's not much else I can do. And now is it? Aquasphere is activated. And I'm going to Book a Moon this one. I thought it was the best idea ever to Book a Moon the monster before it can get its effect off. But this freaking bastard has the Gishki Shadow to be able to search the other one. So now she can activate the ritual again, get rid of the other Zilgigas. And if she draws just right, she can ruin my day. So Zilgigas is going to draw Fincess. And I'm like, what the fuck can you do with a Fincess? Who even plays Fincess and Gishkis? Like, I'm an expert at the deck, but she's gonna show me why she plays Fincess. It's gonna add the Gishki, or some of the Gishki Abyss. Abyss is gonna add, Abyss is gonna add the shadow again. All that, and I'm thinking, wow, that's a really cool combo. So now they're locked, she's locked and loaded for another Gishki Abyss, and I'm just praying and praying that there's no other advantage card to just blow me out the water. But if Ariel or the Shark could have said they are treated as the whole Gishki tribute monster, pretty sure she would have went in for it and just inflicted a huge sum of damage. Right now, I'm hoping to draw a Spellbook with Tower. There's not much else in it. I'm in desperation mode. I need a card, and I draw the Reckless. Thank you, Reckless Greed. Your presence is very felt. I'm gonna attack with Kaiku, the Ghost Destroyer. We're gonna attack it to Ariel. Sure, we're going to use Kaiku's effect to banish monsters from the graveyard. Like, it really matters because I know in the hand she has the opportunity to play that Gishki monster again, and there's not a thing I can do about it right now because all I have to do is pay 1,000 and draw Gishki, and I'm screwed. And they draw the Gishki. That's GG. I mean, the only thing she had to do was get rid of my monster, and it was GG. Granted, she doesn't know that it's Reckless Greed face down, and you know, Reckless Greed does not help in this situation, like I said. But I guess it kind of deterred her from, you know, just blah, 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 attack. And, I mean, I guess that's a good thing, but it didn't really help at all. Wish it was a Mirror Force or something, I don't know, anything. Anything to stop this barrage of attacks, but nope, it's nothing. It's just Reckless. I lost right here and there. But the ironic thing is how I lost. I wasn't expecting, I wasn't expecting her to go into a third one, which she does. She's like, fuck this shit. I want to get rid of all your cards. Zilgigas one more time. Yeah. Pay 1,000. I'm like, no Reckless. And she draws the mirror. And I'm like, sweet. I'm safe. But then at the same time, I'm like, wait. That Earthbound Immortal card, that Mound of the Bound Creator, that card's a struggle. And I kind of lost regardless because I was under 3,200 life points. I mean, so now we're here in game 3, and I just happened to open DeFi, and I'm like, now I understand why I sideboard this card. This might be really smart. I've been revamping and going over my sideboard X amount of times because it's so hard to sideboard in a deck that has around 30 mandatory cards that you have to run, or cards that will affect your deck in a huge way, shape, or form. Like if I'm taking out the High Priestess engine, I'm taking out Justice and High Priestess, yes, but I'm taking out monsters from the deck. So how does the deck operate with no monsters? When you look at it from that perspective, the deck doesn't really, you know, operate much when you're taking out monsters and you can't really replenish cards with an exact number of monsters that are going to benefit you, just like High Priestess does. So like this deck is extremely hard to side out for in that essence, if you ask me. But opening the DeFi really made my day, and like I said, I know that fucking face down card. I know it like you guys know it. I know it like you guys would think it's a Fire Hand, an Ice Hand, or a Lind. It's a fucking Gishki bitch, and I fucking hate her. Like, at least she isn't, at least Gishkis aren't like my most feared matchup. To be honest with you guys, my most feared matchup is with Dulces, because every fucking time I play them, they always have the answers. But back to this game, I'm gonna activate secrets and go ahead and search out my next target, which would be, am I going for Tower? Because I think Tower would be a good option right now. Excuse me, just because I have Fate, I have just about everything. And then the Mind Crush, and it's Spellbook Tower. I'm pretty sure they're not going to say Spellbook Secrets or Spellbook Masters. It's going to say the Tower and reveal my hand and get rid of the Tower. Like I said, this sideboard really plays a huge role. So I'm like, well, let me just banish you, and banish the Tower, and then I can add it back with Eternity. Little did I know, this young woman has 2 fucking Mind Crush. Like, who opens 2 fucking Mind Crush? And then, like me, being ignorant, not even thinking, hey, maybe I should set this card face down immediately. I mean, not that it really mattered. They would have just Mind Crushed it anyways. So it was like, whatever. I'm just still in the comfort of DeFi and my Kaiku and my back row. And I'm actually kind of happy that they were Mind Crushes and not Royal Decree. Because had it been Royal Decree, I'm going to tell you guys, it probably would have been a different ballgame. Maybe, just maybe. I really can't account for anything else. And I guess now Iron Queen's getting a little desperate because they don't have any level 4 targets for Gishki Beast, who, like I would like to say, is a freaking wolf bark, so why is this card even legal? It's just going to run over my little boy, and I actually let her run over my little boy because it doesn't hurt me. Here's where a little risky move comes out. I mean, I think the proposition pays off. I'm just going to go ahead and summon Justice of Prophecy. Prophecy is going to get over the beast, and then I'm going to attack Wakaiku. Had I saved the Justice of Prophecy and waited for a Spellbook, I felt that, you know, I could have probably been in a better position in the long run, but I'm going for game now. I'm already out advantage. I do have back row, and as long as they don't rip a lance or anything, I think I'm in the good. And we're just going to bottomless this first Zilgigas because I don't want to see Zilgigas' face. And keep in mind, all the stuff that they're getting rid of is getting banished, and they can't necessarily search because I opened with DeFi. So I'm going to activate Spellbook Eternity, and Eternity is really going to get the ball rolling with Tower, and I think that's actually when he or she yeah, because it's game. Actually, I'm gonna get secrets. Secret gets power, and then it would be game from there on out. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching another segment of the Cali Effect. Please like, comment, subscribe, but most of all, enjoy.